me from the entire time I've been here. So I think Susan would like to say something. I'd be happy to have her say something.
So everything I was going to say has already been said, but I'm going to tell you a little story. So 10 years ago, I decided to make a change, and that was to find the ultimate physician. And I thought, where could I go to find this ultimate physician? So this position came up to be the coordinator of the interstitial lung disease program. So I got hired for it. I interviewed with different physicians, and I interviewed with Dr. Belperio. He was very quiet, and I thought, but I can tell that accent. And I realized he was from South Philly. Well, I'm a Jersey girl, so I just knew then that we were going to work together well. So I started working with him, and I said, this is the ultimate physician. He is a man that is so wonderful to his patients. He is kind to all staff. He makes everyone feel like they're his friend. And a story just happened recently where a young girl came to us that had lung cancer. And he had taken care of her when she had lung cancer. And then she came back to us because she had metastasis to her brain. Now she knew Dr. Belperio could not do anything about the brain cancer, but she knew she could come, he would listen, he would give her a hug, and that everything would be as good as it could be. And you know what? It was as good as it could be. And she's doing great now. So John, there's so many things to say, but I really believe God has blessed all of us to have the opportunity to know him, to work with him, and just to have a little piece of our heart with him. And I commend him, and you know, besides all that, he's really a good dad. He's really a good husband. Is that right, Pam? Okay. And he's really a good friend, and he likes what I cook because he eats all my food. So thank you so much for everyone coming, and again, can't say enough about him. We just love him. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to comment? Now's the time to do it, but might be a little intimidating. I don't know. All right, you can't jump in the pool unless you're under a 10, in which case it's okay. All right, well listen. Dr. Belperio, great work with you. And congratulations. All right, thanks. I'm sorry, John.
Again, never really did I expect to become a full professor here at UCLA, or at least not this soon. And I've been very fortunate in my life. I had a fantastic family that really valued education and really propelled me to become a physician. I was also very fortunate when I was a resident at Maryland to be guided to go to the University of Michigan, and that's where I got to work with the famous Dr. Lynch. And he has just been fantastic to work with, and he has truly been my clinical mentor, and really anything that I do clinically is really from him. He taught me it all. And like he said, I was very fortunate, and he was very, he could see the future, because he used to collect these biospecimens, samples of bronchoalveolar lavage way back in the 90s, before anybody else was doing it. And when I was at Michigan, I got to work with this tissue and work with these human samples, and that really sparked my interest in basic science and to come up with ways to cure or at least contribute to ways that we could discover to maybe help people out with advanced lung diseases. In particular, he got me interested in the interstitial lung diseases as well as lung transplant. Now, I think we've all been very fortunate to have Dr. Dubinet step in as the division chief at UCLA. He's done a fantastic job, and I think as division chief, Steve Dubinet, and his associate chief, Dr. Lynch, these guys had a vision to make UCLA one of the best in the country at treating advanced lung diseases, as well as creating one of the best lung transplant programs in the country. And I think for advanced lung diseases, they've done a fantastic job. In addition, I have to thank all you people here, but in particular, I've been very fortunate to meet families here, patients that have become friends, and patients' families as friends. And there have been some patients that have really helped us out at UCLA significantly. And really one of the first to do it will be the Pierpoints. Bill and Giddy Pierpoint gave us our first endowed chair to the pulmonary division. And Giddy's no longer with us, but she's definitely here in spirit. And that really propelled us to have some time to actually focus on some of the sciences. Sciences with regards to interstitial lung disease and transplant. And we then were trying to get grants, and the National Institutes of Health funding level has been pretty low, but we've had some patients really come to our rescue. And I have to acknowledge the Kestons. They really, in a time when we were trying to put in grants and really generate some data, the Kestons really carried us on our shoulders for a bit to cross the finish line to get a huge National Institutes of Health grant involved in transplant and interstitial lung disease. And I have to thank a lot of other people that have really kind of supported us year after year. And I'll just name a few, but there's a lot more out there. I can't name everyone, but I think, Susan Harris, the Magnus, David Steffi, T. Barrett Lindsay and his family, the Salvucci's, Paula Meehan, the Uses, Gary and June, as well as Lawson, Gary's brother, who unfortunately is no longer with us, Chip and Lucia Rosenblum, and the O'Rourke's in particular. Also, I have to thank the Raches. I mean, you've seen just a very special family, Robin and Jeff, and most of you know Jeff's story, but I'll never forget the day that he walked into clinic and met him room 5, looking over their stuff, hearing their story, and very fortunate enough to help him, and things have gone really well. But they have really, again, with another endowed chair equivalent, have really helped us and really helps propel the lab to do some good things with regards to interstitial lung diseases and transplant. In addition, as you all know, Susan, huge support, makes my life so easy in helping the patients out, as well as our staff are fantastic. And lastly, I have to thank my family, in particular my wife. I mean, she really carries our family and takes care of these guys and really allows me to help patients out as well as do the science. And of course, Elle, Gianluca, and Tessa. These guys really help me be who I am and keep things together. So really, to everyone, thank you very much for all your support and help. We really enjoy working with all of you. Thank you.